Hello. This is Miss Joan, Miss Jones Tarot on the Hill, coming out for Taurus for August 2021. We are going to pre-program the cards and we're ready to go. So the layout of the cards goes like this. There will be one for each week. One for each week, talking about where we are, what's blocking us, and what our solution is. There'll be 3 rows of cards. And for each week, we'll go deeper as we go, right? I'm going to do more videos about what's coming up for those particular weeks as we go deeper. So right here, this is the row of cards talking about what's blocking us. And this is the row for solutions. No cards will be seen upside down because I just don't read them upside down. So let's just look at it, okay? What we have here is Taurus. And this is the 3 of Wands. So in the beginning of August, the week of the 1st through the 7th, there's going to be an opportunity for you to notice what you have done in the past that is beneficial and remembering your lessons so that you don't have to repeat them all the time, because nobody wants to repeat their lessons all the time. So the very beginning of the month is all about remembering your lessons from the past. Possibly this is the 8 of Swords, so you may want to remember when you felt stuck and how you got out of feeling stuck, because that is going to be beneficial to you to help you reclaim your power. Okay, so let's keep an eye on that. We'll be going deeper on this in a minute. Your solution for this particular week is not to is looking at the opportunities and choices you have ahead of you. You have several. You have opportunities. You have choices. You don't have to do everything the same old way, and you can make new decisions. So look at the choices you have and choose differently, right? Because in the past, you may not have claimed your power in the process, but you remember how you did it, and you're being able to look at it again and make a better decision this time, okay? So that's cool. We'll look at that more deeply in a minute. This next week will be the new moon week of the 8th through the 14th, and you may be feeling a little bit stuck, a little bit hung up on something. You may not be looking at it with clear eyes, or looking at it with completely clear eyes. And the fact is, not everything is easy to see as it is, exactly as it is, because there's people doing stuff. You have the Queen of Cups here, an emotionally based person who is going to add some drama to the plan. And because it's emotional, that makes it easier to get stuck, right? Easier to get caught up in it. The reality that the answer for you this week is a 3 of Swords, which means you don't want to talk about it with a lot of people. You don't want to be getting a lot of advice about it from people. So whatever's going on should be kept under your hat, but also know that this lady will be influencing the situation and making it more difficult, because she's going to make the situation that you're already hung up on an emotional situation that you're hung up on. Don't be alarmed. Don't be upset. We will look at it more clearly and more deeply in the next video, and we will talk about what's going on here and see where you can fix, change, and alter the situation and make it better. Okay? So let her be a friend, not a foe. This card here, this is all talking about August 15th through the 21st. And 15th through the 21st, we're going to be in a situation where we might need to focus less on what happened in the past. We were focusing over here on the lessons of the past, but now we need to focus in on what's going on right now, okay? The things we have around us right now are very important, and it's important to stay focused on that. There's going to be a fella involved in this process. He's of like mind, but he will be causing some issues because he's in the position of what's blocking us. So this person may be stopping us from moving forward with our regular stuff, with what's new and interesting, and wanting to drag us back to the old, right? That's not fun, and not helpful. So we'll go a little deeper on this in another video. But of course, this is the solution, and that is to continue to give. Meaning that in this case, I would say delegate. Delegate what you can so that you can focus in on what you really want to focus in on. Don't get caught up in somebody else's BS. Let it be their BS, and or delegate it to them. You know, when somebody comes to you with a problem and says, oh, I have this big problem, you want to say, hey, how would you solve this problem? And possibly just let them solve that problem. Instead of getting into it and trying to be the fixer, let them be their own fixer. Because if they have a solution and you can get them what they need to solve it, that's a good solution. And it gets you off the hook. If it doesn't work out, it's not your fault. All good. So then there's the final week of August, 22 through 28, Taurus. And we're looking at the Chariot. So there's some solid movement going on at the end of the month. Or, yeah, the last week of the month, there will be some movement. Big time movement. And it's going to go fast. Or, no, it's not going to go fast. Sorry. Speed is blocking you. So, yeah, it's a blockage in the movement situation. So you're moving forward. It might go slow, but it will be the foundation of your power. So I think that this may not be as much of a problem as you think. It just means it's not going to go lickety-split overnight, da-da-da-da-da, okay? There is no big cash win. There's just moving forward, doing the thing that you have to do to get where you got to go, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and save these over here, and I'm going to begin the next reading, or I'm going to expand on the first week. Ta-da! For August 1 through 7 for Taurus. And we'll just take those and we'll expand on them right now. Ta-da! Because I have these cards here pre-programmed and ready to go. And they are prepared to do a reading for you. All the cards face me. If you like what you're hearing, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe and you'll get to hear more about what I'm doing each time. It'll be great. So let's see. First week of August, we're looking at the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is talking about, we were talking about the memories, right? Memories from the past, lessons from the past, so that we don't repeat our past. Because, yeah, blockages and, choices. So this is talking about more information coming about how you can gain more power in your life, as well as an opportunity to jump into something new. So you have a solid opportunity coming to be more in control, and you need to remember how it went the last time you did something like this and not sabotage yourself, but also not get yourself in a pickle, right? Because now over here, the blockage area, things might fall apart, but you could work really hard. It's confusing, isn't it? My goodness, you have a lot going on. So the answer is, of course, there'll be a lot of work. Things could start out smoothly and then fall apart. I'm not sure what's happening here, people, but you're going to feel a little bit stuck all of a sudden. I think it feels like it's a false start. This week may be a false start to a project. So you will be given information and a start date, and then someone's going to call and say, nope, it's not happening. You're going to have to hold off for another week, okay? And you'll be like, what? Okay, but I had everything planned in my head. But you didn't, and well, you did, but it's not going to be helpful. So it's important to stay aware that things will fall apart, but fall back together. Because all of this is going to be a benefit. When it falls apart, it will benefit you because you have other things going on. You have the Seven of Cups over here. So you had things going on. You were confused about how to handle all of this happening all of a sudden. You're like, wait a minute, I don't have time for all that. So presto changeo, it all falls apart and gets delayed, which is to your benefit because you can now take care of other things you have on your list. It will benefit your foundation, yay, and your relationship, apparently. So things will smooth out when things fall apart, because sometimes a grenade is a wonderful thing in your life because it certainly recalibrates stuff to an easier way of handling it. So that's going to be very helpful for you, Taurus. The first week will have a little implosion, but it'll be a beneficial explosion, okay? Enjoy that possibility, and if you like this, go ahead and hit the like button. And we will, of course, talk more about August 8th through the 14th next.